Are you ready? I went into this thinking it was going to be a piece of cake. I could never figure out what my wife was always complaining about, because on weekends I ran a pretty tight ship. I'd have the kids and the house all under control. You know, things my wife would claim to struggle with, I seem to be able to just fix by taking more time and a little more effort. Like, sure, our son doesn't want to pick up his toys for Mom, but he might want to pick up his toys for Krusty the Clown.
Pick up your toys, kids!
I made it look easy. And she'd say stuff like, how do I apply for that Crash Test Dummy's Mummy show? And you need to be on that show, Crash Test Mummy, because you're not so liberated as you think you are. And you need a reality check. So when it was decided that I'd stay at home for a while she went back to work, I honestly thought, great, a chance to prove my theory that a little less laziness and a little more effort goes a long way. During the first week home, I was struck by essentially how useless kids are. They are a lot like us, only a lot smaller, both physically and mentally. There's very little that they're actually capable of doing for themselves. They can't make their own eggs. They can't drive themselves to school. You know, like, I'm watching my 8-month-old trying to eat Cheerios, and like 9 times out of 10 he can't even find his own mouth. So where do those rogue Cheerios end up? They end up on the floor. And whose job would it be to clean them up? Mine. And that's just snack time. I tried to get my 8-month-old to put on his own shirt. And you know what he did? He just held it and stared at it. Guess who ended up putting it and every other piece of clothing needed to be put on through the week? Me. One of the biggest tragedies to have come out of all of this are my feelings, or should I say my lack of feelings toward Lego. My employers, the kids, have managed to single-handedly turn me off of Lego forever. Lego. All feelings of nostalgia and sentiment I used to feel when I'd see my kids playing with Lego have been replaced with anger. I don't know if it's because there are so many of the little buggers come cleanup time or what, but Lego has started to symbolize for me the futility that is picking up or trying to get your kids to pick up toys. Lego. I would literally start cleaning in one end of the house, and by the time I got to the other end, the first end would be messy. I don't know how they do it. It defies physics. It kind of gives me the creeps, actually. I remember I used to come home and say things like, oh look, they've got a new character on The Simpsons. Oh wait, no they don't. That's just dust. I don't say things like that anymore. After I had spent the day looking after all the needs of our kids, made supper, cleaned up after supper, got the kids to bed, I just want to go to bed. But no, apparently my day wouldn't be over, for she still had needs, if you know what I'm saying. So I'd be lying there in bed, dead to the world, and I felt so violated. I'd tell her I had a headache, which I did. I'm not making that up. My days spent with the kids are very, very loud. I didn't even have time to fake a headache. I just, I had a headache. I had just lost all interest in sex. I was too tired all the time. I just didn't feel like a man anymore. So, the next time she says, I have a headache, man, I'm telling you, she really does. I just got home from work. I really just need a few minutes to sit down. I need to decompress. Hey, maybe you could start trying to make everything from scratch for a while. My mom used to do it. How did this place get so messy, and how come you can't keep on top of it? These are all things I just don't say anymore.